Hello and welcome back to Typical City FIFA Club World Cup. We've got that to look forward to. It's kind of in the way, to be honest. I was really looking forward to this after the Luton game. I thought, we've beat Luton, we'll go and beat Palace, comfortably go and beat Palace, and then we'll go to the FIFA Club World Cup, we'll win a trophy, come back hunky-dory, laughing to the hills with another piece of silverware to add to our treble. That's right, our treble. But no, Crystal Palace nicked a draw off us. It's deflated me. It's deflated the club. It's deflated the fan base in particular seems to be split right now. Certain individuals getting the blame for our performances, which I disagree with. Over the course of the season, certain individual mistakes, they happen during the course of 90 minutes. It happens. Doesn't always mean the whole season needs to be written off because of that one individual. It seems a bit exaggerated opinions sometimes and very gung-ho. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to unite again as Manchester City fans and go away to Saudi Arabia, FIFA Club World Cup, and win. Win this tournament. It's a tournament we should be winning. I wouldn't say comfortably, because they're going to be putting in the fight of their lives. Urawa, Red Diamonds, and I imagine Fluminense is who we're going to be facing in the final, if we make it to the final. I mean, any sort of catastrophic errors from individual players that we see in the semi-final against Urawa Red Diamonds, then who knows? Who knows? It could be an absolute disastrous waste of time going to Saudi Arabia. But I know very little about Red Diamonds. I doubt many people do, certainly from European leagues, fans of European leagues, even La Liga, Ligue 1, Bundesliga, Premier League. I doubt you know too much about the J1 league. Me neither. Defensive midfielder Atsuki is well thought of. He's supposed to be a very hot prospect in defensive midfielder and could well find himself in European leagues in the near future. They've got a Guinean forward called Jose Kante who's got 8 goals in 24 appearances this season and is retiring at the end of the season. So he would like to go out with a big hurrah at Manchester City. But other than that, I know next to nothing about Red Diamonds. That's it. We've done with Red Star. We're on to Red Diamonds now. A new shape to beat that is red. Jet lag and fatigue, that's the issue for Manchester City. We've just got to be mindful of that. I think the team is going to be mixed. I think we'll probably go into this game a little bit cautious of minutes, fitness, injuries, the level of opposition we're going up against as well. I think that's going to come into play. In terms of form, Urawa have lost 3 of their last 6 games and won 3 of their last 6. Compare that to Manchester City, who've won 3 in 6, drawing 2 of the other 2 and lost 1 as well. But let's have a quick look at the predicted starting 11. I'm going to stick with only Manchester City. I'm not going to predict the starting 11 for Red Diamonds. I don't see much value in that, to be honest, but I do see plenty of value on a Manchester City channel talking about a Manchester City predicted starting 11, which will have Ortega in goal. I think if that's the case, he's probably going to play the final as well, which I'm more than happy with. He's probably, I can't think of many number 2s in the Premier League that are better than Ortega as a number 2. He's one of the best number 2s out there right now, and it was signed on a free as well. I mean, what a bargain this guy's turned out to be. You just hope he's happy staying at number 2, don't you? That's the main thing for City, is keeping him happy. And is he happy staying on the bench and making the occasional appearances in cup games like this? I do think it'll be Ortega, though. Right back, Kyle Walker. Get in there, Kyle Walker. I know that's riled a few of you fans. No, I think Rico Lewis most likely. Again, someone who's not short of minutes in the recent 2 games. He played pretty much all of the game. I think he was the one who came off against Crystal Palace for John Stones. I think it was Rico Lewis for the last minute of the game. So he basically played the full game against Crystal Palace, and he played the full game against Red Star as well. I think this team's going to be more like the Red Star team that we faced in the Champions League. So I do think Rico Lewis is probably going to come in at right back, because alternative is Kyle Walker. and I can't see Kyle Walker playing in this game. He's had a lot of minutes to his name. He's the most played player this season, Kyle Walker. We don't need to play him in this game. I think it's a good idea to play Rico Lewis, who's younger than Kyle Walker, he's fresher than Kyle Walker, and he's arguably in much better form than Kyle Walker right now as well. So I think it's a win-win situation to play Rico Lewis at right back. John Stones is also looking for minutes, match practice, getting some minutes under his belt. I think he'll be thrown in alongside Manuel Akanji, who we haven't seen too much of lately, in at centre-back. So you're looking at more of a traditional flat-back four, which was on paper, that was the same against Red Star, but I do think that it was quite inverted. At times we saw Rico Lewis and Sergio Gomez invert at the same time, which, I mean, was ballsy. It was ballsy. We can't forget that we did end up conceding 2 goals against Red Star in that game, and Sergio Gomez, I think, had a little bit to do with the corner coming in. He was manhandled. He was meant to be marking. His man was caught out of position, not goal side, and physically just pushed off the ball very, very easily. That's an area of Sergio Gomez's game that I'm not a big fan of, but I do think he'll play in this game. Another player that I think will play is Mateo Kovacic. I think he'll be the anchor in this team. And I think Nunes will probably drift in and out of that role of linking up with Mateo Kovacic. So I think Nunes is the other player that we could likely see in midfield. Just looking for Nunes now. Can't even seem to find him. There he is. Nunes, pop him into midfield. Out wide, I really want to see Oscar Bob. I'm really looking forward to seeing Oscar Bob. Let's spread this team out, make it look like a full pitch, because I'm not doing Red Star, like I said. So Oscar Bob, right wing. I'm still going to go with Jack Grealish on the left, with Doku, who's supposed to be injured. Haaland's still injured. They've all travelled. Kevin De Bruyne is included in that. Could we see 5-10 minutes of Kevin De Bruyne in this tournament? It would be kind of perfect to just slowly bed him into this team. It's ideal scenario for Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think he'll be thrown straight into the starting 11 of a FIFA Club World Cup match, regardless of the opposition. Now, Jack Grealish, I think, is going to go out on the left, and I think we're going to see Julian Alvarez up top, which just leaves that little middle role there up for debate. Who could play in there? Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva. I think he's going to go with Phil Foden in this game. I think Phil Foden's going to be chomping at the bit to get back on that pitch, rectify the mistakes that he made against Crystal Palace. And he's a very, very good player, Phil Foden, so I don't see why we need to write him off, just like we don't write Kyle Walker off. I personally blamed Phil Foden for his numerous actions that caused problems for Manchester City in that final 15 minutes of the game. Doesn't make him a bad player, doesn't make him, let's write off the whole season and blame Phil Foden for everything, and far from it. I think Phil Foden will come into this Manchester City side and do a good job in the process. Now, probably what we're going to see is Rico Lewis tucking in a little bit, maybe taking it in turns, depending on the patterns of play, the phases of play, in which we could see Sergio Gomez potentially tuck in and look something like that with the ball. Eventually, as the pattern of play takes place, I think with Red Star pinned back, that's probably what we'd see more likely, with Sergio Gomez and Rico Lewis not offering too much width and Oscar Bob offering the width. The good possibility for Sergio Gomez is Jack Grealish could tuck in and help come alongside Phil Foden and could create a numerical overload in midfield and allow Sergio Gomez, who I much prefer seeing doing that sort of role, coming down the wing like that, which again, I'm more than happy with. But on paper, this is pretty much my predicted starting 11 for the first FIFA Club World Cup game. What's your predictions? I'm going to go with 4-1 Manchester City, cruise into the final. Who we play, I don't know. I will be doing a watch along. Come and join me for that. It's 6 o'clock kickoff UK time. Join me for that. It's going to be a good one, as well as the final, which is this Friday, same time kickoff, 6 o'clock kickoff time UK this Friday. Should we be in it? I presume we're going to be in it. I hope we're in it. We better bloody be in it. We better bloody be in it and come back with a trophy. Come on. We need to turn this season around, and this will be the ideal game to do that. But what do you think is going to happen? What are your predictions? Get in the comment sections below. I really want to hear your thoughts. Like and subscribe. Please do. Typical City is the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is Typical City.